This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne. What you are about to hear is a sports talk radio show unlike any other that has ever before been broadcast in the capital city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, USA. This is Cheyenne, Wyoming's Sports Talk Authority. The Wyoming Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Rockies, and the Denver Nuggets. The show is local, it's regional, and yes, the show is national as well. Wyoming Sports Talk Today is on the air. If they're talking sports on the radio in Cheyenne, this is the place it happens. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
And we have a busy day on Wyoming Sports Talk today, so let's get to all our fine sponsors and say thank you. Mondello's Pizzeria at 1507 Stillwater Avenue, Suite D in the Greenway Commons, open 7 days a week, Sundays noon until 8. Joe's Pizza, Joe Mondello. Again, bring all those family recipes over from the East Coast almost 5 decades ago. His pizza ranked in the top 10 nationally by the Food Network folks. That's how good it is. You got to have Mondello's Pizza at Mondello's Pizzeria. First Year Bank right across the street at 1508 Stillwater Avenue, where Tim, the president, wanted to extend best wishes to all our veterans out there, past and present. And also a reminder, too, coming up, it will be the U.S. Marine Corps' 244th birthday, Semper Fi. First Year Bank, open Monday through Friday, 1508 Stillwater Avenue. Lennox Auto Body over on Dunn Avenue, the Auto Glass and Detail Center over on Pershing Boulevard, both part of Lennox Enterprises. Again, taking care of our community for over a quarter century. B&B Appliance and TV, 714 Central Avenue. Bruce and the crew invite you to come on by, see Frigidaire, Maytag, Whirlpool, GE appliances that are on the showroom floor, and again, will look perfect in your home. So again, talk with Bruce. They have a great selection of televisions, and they service what they sell at B&B Appliance and TV. Medicap Pharmacy, for all your pharmaceutical needs, over on Bluegrass Circle next door to Texas Roadhouse. Gene Barber and his great staff invite you to come on in. And remember, bring your doctor's prescription first and foremost. You can shop inside Monday through Saturday. Use the convenient drive-thru also Monday through Saturday. Chick-fil-A, Windmill, and Delrange right across from Powers Field and Menards. Serving up 3 delicious squares Monday through Saturday. Their breakfast, absolutely delicious. You need to try their breakfast. Don't go without breakfast, especially when it's from Chick-fil-A. Their hash brown scramblable. They can have you dine inside. They would love for you to dine inside, or use their 2 convenient drive-thrus. Chick-fil-A, Windmill, Delrange across from Powers Field and Menards. Platte Valley Bank ×2. All of the banking services you've come to expect and more every day from Platte Valley Bank. See Rick Flood and the great crew over on Vandehigh and at the corner of College and Pershing. Key of Cheyenne on Nation Way, where the 2019s are on the way out, and AJ is going to make you an offer you can't refuse. He does the same thing on the new 2020s as well, and a great lineup of Kias from the Kia family waiting for you for a test drive and kick a few tires over there at Key of Cheyenne on Nation Way. And we want to thank Taco John's of Cheyenne. Hey, the prototype now open on the South Greeley Highway. Yeah, you can do all of the high-tech ways of ordering right now. They offer the Taco Perfecto at all Taco John's, South Greeley Highway, downtown KRAE Avenue, Yellowstone Road, at the corner of Del Range and Ridge, and, of course, at Persian Ridge. Visit one of your favorite Taco John's today. Matter of fact, this is the Thursday great night for a 6-pack and a pound. Taco John's of Cheyenne. It's scoreboard time. It's brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. Here's Nick.
Update of the Region 9 volleyball tournament, including Lccc women's volleyball, as they were competing down in NJC, continuing day number 2 of the Region 9 tournament, where unfortunately for Lccc, their season has come to an end official as they lost 4 sets to McCook Community College. Again, Lccc does fall in the Region 9 tournament. Their season is unfortunately officially over. Do want to remind folks, coming up this Saturday here in town, November 9th, over at the Lccc soccer fields, 1 p.m. is the kickoff time. It will be the number 17 ranked Lccc Golden Eagles. They will host number 7 Marshalltown Community College. Again, coming up this Saturday in the North Central District Championship game. Again, winner will head to the NJCAA National Tournament. NHL action for tonight. You will have a few games on the slate. Toronto Maple Leafs at home. They will host the Vegas Golden Knights. Washington Capitals will travel to Florida to see the Panthers. New York Islanders at home. They will see the Pittsburgh Penguins. Montreal Canadiens will go to Philadelphia to see the Flyers at the Wells Fargo Center. Carolina Hurricanes at home. They will host the New York Rangers. LA Kings, they travel up north, or at least they go quite the distance to go see the Ottawa Senators. Chicago Blackhawks at home at the United Center. They will take on the Vancouver Canucks. Nashville Preds, they will be down 100 miles as they will see the Colorado Avalanche there at the Pepsi Center tonight. That is a 7 o'clock start time. Calgary Flames at home, they will see the New Jersey Devils. Columbus Blue Jackets will be in Arizona Phoenix to see the Coyotes. And how about the San Jose Sharks at home at the Shark Tank? They will host the Minnesota Wild. That's what's happening NHL action for tonight. And do want to remind folks, coming up tomorrow here on 1480 KRAE, 101.1 FM, 1480 KRAE, KRAE.com is where you can hear the contest. Again, no video live stream for the postseason, unfortunately, for Class 4A football, but we will have number 4 seed Cheyenne East, the Thunderbirds, as they are heading up to Gillette to see the number 1 seed Thunder Basin Bolts. That is a 6 o'clock kickoff, 5:20-ish pregame show here on 1480 KRAE.
To the National Football League, it's Thursday night football from Oaktown as the Oakland Raiders in the Coliseum tonight will entertain the Los Angeles Chargers, an AFC worst division battle. Oh, that West. And on the NBA slate for tonight in the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Hornets entertain the Boston Celtics. Thunder and the Spurs in the AT&T Center at the Talking Stick Resort Arena in Phoenix. The Suns have a date with the Miami Heat. How about that? Heat and Suns on tap for tonight. Trailblazers, Clippers, and Staples later on tonight. Scoreboard brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. Up next, we will talk to head coach Jim Gardner of the Lccc Lady Golden Eagle soccer team. Back after this.
I'm Nate.
And I'm Kate.
And we're not just literal taste buds. We're best buds.
And there's nothing that we love more than a
cool,
crisp,
deliciously refreshing Pepsi.
Sure, we live inside your mouth.
But that doesn't mean we don't enjoy the finer things.
Hey, Nate. Pepsi incoming!
Here it comes!
Tastes so good.
Tell me about it.
So,
amazing.
That's what I was thinking.
It's like we share the same mouth, Kate.
Forever and ever, Nate.
Make your taste buds happy and pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi.
If it happens on the diamond, the hardwood, the field, or even the ice, we'll talk about it on Wyoming Sports Talk today. Hi, this is Nick Peretti inviting you to join Larry Peretti and myself each weekday from 3 to 5 p.m. as we, along with our special guests, talk sports locally, regionally, and nationally. And you can chat with us too at 307-514-1071. It's Wyoming Sports Talk today only on 1480 KRAE, and you can stream live with us at 1480KRAE.com.
Check out the huge savings this week at Town & Country Supermarket Liquors. Here are just a few of the terrific weekly specials.
Our Super Radio buys heard only right here feature Tito's Handmade Vodka, 1.75-liter bottle, $28.99. Crown Royal Original Apple, Maple, or Vanilla Canadian Whiskey, 750-milliliter bottle, $16.49. And Bud Light, Coors Light, or Miller Light, 24-pack, 12-ounce bottles or cans, $21.49.
Town & Country Supermarket Liquors on the South Greeley Highway, Cheyenne's low-price leader.
Is the touchscreen on your phone or tablet cracked or broken? Buying a new device could cost up to $1,000. Or you could let the local experts at High West Digital Solutions save you hundreds of dollars. We can replace your touchscreen in as little as a day, and your satisfaction is guaranteed. Visit our website at hwds.com or call 307-245-4333 and speak to a real live human being. High West Digital Solutions, the best choice, the local choice, the right choice for you.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be sunny with highs around 45. For tonight, it'll be mostly cloudy with lows around 28 and winds out of the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. On Friday, it'll be sunny with highs around 62. And on Friday night, it'll be clear skies with lows around 35.
Fat, lazy, and stupid is no way to conduct a sports talk radio show. We've thrown down the gauntlet, upped the stakes, and made it clear that when it comes to sports talk radio in Cheyenne, there's a new player in town. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Thursday afternoon, Wyoming Sports Talk today. Larry Proetti, along with Nick Proetti and head coach Jim Gardner of Lccc. Again, apologize for this microphone that we got going.
Yeah, a little technical difficulties apparently as we got.
There we go.
You got it.
I'm hoping we do. Anyway, the original Jimmy G. I don't want to insult Nick here, but the original Jimmy G joins us here, and coach, since the last time we had that chance to talk to you. We do want to say congratulations on win number 250. And again, you look at these wins, and and again, I apologize for this. I'm going to take the other mic over here real quick, Nick.
Yeah, you're going to take my mic right out to talk with him.
Anyway, Coach, looking at all the wins that you've had through your career, and there's been some lean years in addition to good years, but I know when you step away, you'll have a chance to reflect back, but 250 wins, that's a hell of an accomplishment.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun to have that history and know that you accomplished all the things that you did. And like I said, when you step back, you'll have some memories when you go. But in the end, you're always looking to moving forward, and whether it's moving to another school or another career or retirement, looking forward to things is always one of my passions, and things that I like to do is seeing what the next step's going to be.
Well, the next step right now is kind of in the fates of a selection committee, so to speak, again, where we talked about what happened this past weekend down in Denver, part of that Region 9 at least tournament, where fortunately it came at least the first loss of the season came against Gillette College there in that Region 9 final by a final score of 1-0, where Gillette has that automatic bid going into that national tournament. But again, you're a team that just, at least in the national rankings, moved down just a few spots to number 6, at least nationally ranked. But as we had an understanding, at least talking with you off air, Sunday afternoon is when we should know the fate, so to speak, of where LCCC will lie if they are heading out to Florida to go to that national tournament, correct?
Right, yeah. There's a selection committee, and a couple years ago they started work on finding ways to get at-larges, because the way the tournament was working, we weren't getting the best people, the best teams, not people, but teams to the national tournament. So last year was the first year, and the idea is to get region or parts of the country, one team from the west, the north, the east, and the south to be able to represent. And our at-large bid is against 2 teams, either Iowa Western or Gillette, and then a team out of St. Louis. And our criteria looks pretty good, and we're confident compared to last year where we didn't have an idea. Now we have an idea, and it seems like unless something goes really bad or somebody makes a different decision, then we should get in. We're hoping.
Well, again, looking at the criteria as you're talking about that, Coach, where we look in basketball, for instance, where a team might go through their at least basketball tournament, they may be top ranked, and may fall in that finals game due to the fact where it happens in professional and collegiate sports where you might just have that off day, but again, it just happened to be in that Region 9 final for you, at least for LCCC. But again, is it something that they look into program history of how consistent you, at least the winning nature of LCCC women's soccer, again, you as a head coach having that notoriety across the nation? I mean, are there those kind of grandfather factors that this committee would take in consideration this Sunday?
Yes, there is. There's 5 criteria that they have, and then when they send you the form to fill out, it has things like winning streak, winning record, and et cetera. I don't know what the et cetera part's going to be, so we'll see. But the criteria that they have listed is common opponents, head-to-head, history of the tournament and history in your district, strength of schedule against ranked opponents, and your record in the last 5 games. So of the teams we have to play, there's a couple washes, like how you've done in the national tournament if you're against Iowa Western. We've been there several times, and they've won it a couple, and we've been third, so that's kind of a wash. But the ones of head-to-head and common opponent we have over everybody, and strength of schedule, we had one of the toughest schedules in the country. So 3 of the 5 we should have, and shouldn't take that to be able to get it. But last year we had less criteria. This year we have a little bit more, so we're hopeful. I think we'll be more disappointed this year than we would have been last year, knowing what we know.
Coach. Are we back on?
Oh, I got you live on. It's that microphone. Unless you want to step up here, it looks like you're going to have to do that if you want to do, because, again, apologies for that.
Coach, looking at the loss of the Lady Pronghorns, I mean, is that one of those games where it just didn't all mesh together?
Yeah, well, there's an interesting backstory to that I don't think everybody knows. Our center back, who you're going to talk to, Shana Mccabe, is one of our best players, returning All-Region. I think she'll be an All-American this year. She's the rock of our defense, the most experienced player. She's played internationally. And Thursday night at 4 o'clock, we were practicing, and she was walking across the graph and stepped off the curve and broke her ankle or her foot. So we find out that night and have less than 24 hours to prepare. And you could tell how it affected us. We didn't beat a team that we beat 6-1 earlier. And we barely got through that game. And then a team that we'd beaten 4-1 earlier in the year, we didn't beat. And it's significant because she's such a playmaker out of the back, and nobody can get behind her because she's the fastest player. So we took kind of a hit, and looking back, it really did affect us not only tactically but mentally as well. So there's a story there, and yeah, they upset us. But I think with 2 weeks to practice, I can get our defense right back where we were, and our offense obviously is a good attack.
Yeah, without a doubt, as we saw some of the at least contests throughout the regular season and non-conference for LCCC, just complete dominance again. Even including with that one loss against Gillette College again, LCCC finishes out regular season and also too the postseason Region 9 tournament with 14-1-2 overall. So again, only one at least loss in the season for LCCC. But as you look back, 2019. LCCC women's soccer, again, you've been a part of this program for quite some time, but size up this season for you, Coach. Again, it's your final season, a lot of emotions with you, also to you, again, with assistant coaches a part of that team, and even players. Again, knowing what's at least happening after, again, school is wrapped up, that you are now heading off into retirement and kind of enjoying and looking back on your career, but talk about 2019 and what it meant to you this season.
No, it's been real special. Every team that comes back, or you talk to kids, they always want to know who's the best team. And I tell every one of them who asked me, you guys were. But in truth, they all were. This team's no different. They're one of the best teams we've had, and I think they show it by their record. Starting out the beginning of the year, we put a schedule together that would help us be to this point. We went out with our preseason and beat the teams we were supposed to be that were nationally ranked. And then we went into our conference season and went undefeated. And won most of those games by double digits, and were not double digits by more than one goal, which is more unusual than not in soccer. And then we got to the postseason, had a really unfortunate thing happen, but I still think we're one of the top teams in the country, and we can perform that way. So very proud of the girls. They've worked hard. We've really not had any injuries up to this point, and the academic side of it that those kids are doing is just as good as they've been in the past. So very proud of them, very happy of where we're at, and hoping that we can continue and show people that we're as good as we think we are.
Final thought from me, Coach. It's something that we had you on a couple weeks ago. Again, we'll move away from LCCC women's soccer here just very shortly to kind of go off in a different tangent right now. Something that you had some passion for, and we just want to get an update regarding it. Again, where we had you in talking about a petition, or at least a survey online regarding Laramie County School District number 1, at least looking into PE becoming an elective in the high schools and junior high across here in the city of Cheyenne, or at least Laramie County School District number 1. Just give us an update on how that went, and did the community show their support, or at least voice their opinion on what they wanted regarding PE and high school and junior high, at least schooling?
Yes, that was it was very fruitful. The survey came back. I was able to look at all the answers and see the results and see the graph on it. It came back overwhelmingly that our community is in favor of physical education and keeping it as a required. Also that music was in there, and also getting rid of the homeroom, so to speak, period that they have to build relationships. I spoke at the school board meeting the other night. You only get 3 minutes, so you can only say much, and you don't get to speak back or make any arguments. So I don't know how much that's going to make a difference, but I know the school board, the proposal has been that they keep physical education as a required course and make it into a block, and the other core courses into a regular day. So it's a win, but it's also a loss, because we are at 90 minutes now every other day, and we're going to go to 56 minutes every other day. So we're looking at about 25 hours that we're going to lose during the year. So I'm still promoting that we need daily physical education for all the reasons we talked about before, and still working on it, but I'm afraid the school board's going to go the direction they are, and we might jump into a situation where we keep doing the same thing, teaching the same way, and expecting different results because we're going to add a little bit of time to the day.
And final thought from me, Coach, and again, looking toward the national tournament that you'll be heading to. And again, this is not your first rodeo, along with Coach Valdez. You've been there before. You know what to expect. You're freshmen last year, now sophomores. They know what to expect. Does that kind of give you, I don't want to say, does it put you at ease a little bit knowing that when you put your crew out onto the field, that, the field of play, that, they're not going to fold under the pressure? Because, again, this is the big spotlight, so to speak. Yeah,
experience is always one of the things that make you champions at the end or make you sometimes fold at the end too. There's no telling. I still get nervous before games and big games, but it's how you handle it when you're on the field. I think if you're not nervous, then there's some problems going on. So hopefully that expectation that they've been there, we've dropped a game, so maybe being undefeated weighs on your mind isn't there anymore. And I'm definitely thinking that this group of kids has a mission since the beginning of the year, and they'd like to have the storybook ending, the movie script, and I think they're going to work hard to get it. Whether that happens or not, we'll take whatever comes.
Well, Coach, we wish you all the best. We thank you for popping in. Sorry about our technical problem here on this side, and we hopefully will have another chance to chat with you after you come back, maybe with that big trophy and the banner.
That'd be okay. Thank you.
Jim Gardner joined us here on 1480K. We're going to talk to a couple of key players on that Lccc Lady Golden Eagle soccer team. We'll have them coming up here right after this on 1480K KRAE.
Are you looking for a pharmacist who will actually take the time to talk to you? Then come to Medicap Pharmacy. We're dedicated to healthcare only, which means we'll fill your prescription quickly, and then we'll make time to listen, answer your questions, explain your prescriptions, and tell you about possible drug interactions.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
The team at Chick-fil-A, Windmill and Delrange, directly across from Powers Field and Menards, are proud sponsors of the student athletes for the 2019-2020 school year for high school and Lccc. Not only do they support the athletes, but they are ready for your next cater-out event, meeting, or gathering. A special thank you to Chick-fil-A and all they do for 1480 KRAE and our sister station KYOI-FM during the year. For more information, call Chick-fil-A at 638-4444.
What if your bank was more than a bank? What if they gave their resources and the time and talents of their employees to make their community just a little bit better? At Platte Valley Bank, we do just that. Hi, this is Rick Flood, president of Platte Valley Bank, and we are proud to support local events, causes, organizations, and charities that make our area a great place to live. Platte Valley Bank, putting our customers and communities first. Stop in or check us out at pvbank.com.
From family-owned and operated Riverbend Nursery and Stone Company, they would like to simply say thank you for your continued support. They are thankful this year, as in years past, for your friendship as well as business. Coming soon, please check out the beautiful selection of fresh-cut Christmas trees and wreaths, plus there's always great gift ideas inside the spacious gift center. Sincere thanks and wonderful holiday wishes from your friends at Riverbend Nursery and Stone Company on Yellowstone Road in North Cheyenne. MHP is a certified public accounting and consulting firm located in both Cheyenne and Fort Collins, offering accounting, tax, and consulting services to businesses, not-for-profit, government, and individual clients. MHP takes pride in their commitment to providing close, personal attention to their clients. They also continue to invest time and resources in continuing education, state-of-the-art computer technology, and valuing their relationships with you. MHP is a proud supporter of local and UW athletics. MHP, 314 West 18th Street, or call 634-2151.
Welcome to the biggest thing in tacos since tacos. Introducing the Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. That's right, we said it. Perfecto. That's Spanish for perfect. We redesigned it with an aerodynamic shell to give you the best bite every bite. Choose between seasoned to perfection beef, chili lime chicken, or upgrade to hand-carved sirloin steak. Sure, it was hard to perfect, but it's easy to eat. The Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
We're taking Cheyenne, Wyoming Sports Talk Radio to a whole new level. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
Don't look at me. I think these people are completely nuts.
Stop this crazy thing! And it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Talk today. Good afternoon, Larry Peroetti, along Nick Peroetti. And we have sophomore Shana Mccabe, who has joined us from the Lccc Lady Golden Eagles program. Again, in the walking boot right now. Of course, I didn't mean to step on it, so it further damaged the leg. But no, actually, it's sad to see that happen, especially to Shayne. But let's introduce you to our audience. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Again, you come from across the pond.
Yeah, so I come from Scotland. I'm 19 years old. I've played soccer since the age of 10, and it's never been such a huge hobby of my life. But as I progressed to watch my brother Owen, it got me right into it, and it's actually got me this far. So I've actually played internationally for for Scotland, of course. I played at 14s, 17s, and 19s. And after 19s, me and my mum and my dad, we all sat down and we were like, let's look further, let's see where we can go. And we were looking at D1 and D2 schools to begin with, from NCAA, but it turns out it probably wouldn't have fitted me best. So what I done was I looked up at junior colleges and I put them all together. And I saw that Coach Gardner was one of the top coaches you could get in Lccc. At that time they were sitting second in the rankings. So I was like, let's contact there and see if we get back. And I'm still thankful that Gardner got back to me, because honestly, these 2 years of my life have probably been the best 2 years of my life. So
well, we kind of alluded with you, at least myself, Shady, talking off air there before we got on, at least live. Again, Scotland to Cheyenne, Wyoming, there's a big difference. Obviously, now in your sophomore year, you've gotten used to the 6,000 elevation and throughout here in the state of Wyoming, down in Colorado, again, right here in the Rocky Mountains. But, talk about that difference of playing soccer where, again, it's fast, quick pace, just consistent, just stamina and running, where, again, going from a little bit easier there in Scotland, at least on the coastal lines, to now you got elevation, thinner air. Just talk about at least that adjustment to coming all the way out here and playing for Lccc.
So, yeah, it was hard. When I was at home, I was a sprinter at home too, so I was actually sitting second in Scotland for the fastest 200-metre time. And obviously at that time I was like, wow, my fitness. I was like, I could run for days, well, at least sprints anyway. And then I came across here and there were like 2 miles and 120s. And I was like, okay, I've got this. The first minute of my 2 mile, I was like, I'm dead. I was like, I don't know how people could do this, but especially from being here for a year and then doing the extra fitness with Coach K and continuing that on, especially coming back from my sophomore year, it's probably the fittest I've ever been in my life. And especially the elevation, when I went home through summer there, I went back to my sprinting, and it was probably the best I've ever been.
You probably trimmed down a few off of at least the minute, at least the mile and times and all that fun stuff, without a doubt. Now, we would be remiss, again, you are a student athlete at Lccc. Just give us a little, at least, preview of what you're currently studying. What are you majoring right now at Lccc?
So when I first came here, I was majoring in exercise science, but I switched that to social sciences because right now I still don't know what I want to pursue on. I'm looking down the psychology route, so hopefully that goes somewhere for me.
One thing Coach Gardner mentioned too, that you got the injury here a couple weeks back, and it's a freak injury. It's nothing that happened on the soccer field, but I'm sure inside your heart right now there's a lot of disappointment that you're not out there with your mates.
Yeah, it was really hard to watch them on the weekend. I was like, they were doing a great job. No, it's not even 24 hours I gave them to try and readjust. It was at the time I was like, I think I'm fine. Let's go. I went for an x-ray, but on the way to Denver, that's when we got the news that it was my heel that actually broke. So we were trying to figure it out from there. But while recording the game and I was just watching them, I was like, girls, we've got, honestly, I have so much belief in them. It's hard to watch. It's very frustrating, but hopefully I come back stronger than ever.
Well, talking about the emotion again of just that injury and just not being there for your team, there were, again, postseason opportunity to get that automatic berth, so to speak, to the national tournament. But, piecing that together, but also too here with 2019 Lccc women's soccer, where again you've been here 2 years. You knew what the announcement was. Again, you were through the turmoil of what happened pre this season. Again, knowing that Coach Gardner is going to retire after the season. Just talk about the emotions you personally of just knowing that, and again how you use that emotions this season on the soccer field to kind of so to speak, give one for the Gipper, so to speak, for Coach Gardner.
Well, obviously, because it is Coach Gardner's last year, all the girls' mentality, I can speak for the girls myself, and we have so high hopes for us. This year we've performed and we've taken what Coach Gardner's told us on the field. Sometimes it was a bit low and rough, but we got there. And then, so obviously this past weekend, I think all the girls were a bit just disappointed in themselves, and they were like, "It's Coach Gardner's last year. Like, this could be not like a good way to end it." But we have to look at it from the bigger picture, and we're like, look what Coach Gardner's achieved in all these years, you know. And I was like, and this year, I was like, you've got to be proud of yourselves. We've dropped one game, and then I was like, we all just have to keep our heads high. Let's train these for the next 2 weeks really hard. And if we get that bid, and we go out and we show them what we can do.
You know, as I mentioned to Coach Gardner before he stepped out the studio, along with Coach Valdez, and even yourself, you were there last year. You know what to expect from the national tournament. So the sophomores on that team know exactly what to expect. The freshmen, sometimes, and you probably knew that as a freshman last year. Your eyes get really big, and it's like, wow, this is intimidating. How much are you going to be there now? Again, because coaches only can do so much, but how much do you help out the freshmen to not get starry-eyed?
I mean, even if I'm not in the field anymore for this last part of this last stretch, the freshmen, they'll have me right at their feet, honestly. It's very, breathtaking, nationals, especially if you don't know if you're in or not, you know. So right now the freshmen are a bit like, what about if we don't get this and what that? I'm like, girls, you can't think what this and what that. I was like, you've got to look forward, and if we do get it, look, let's go out. I was like, next year this is what sets you up, so do your best, and that's all you can do. That's all Coach Gardner has asked you to do, is do your best.
Again, you've been there, you did it, done it, but this time it's go out, execute, and do a little bit extra to finally get that banner, finally get that championship back here, the city of Cheyenne, for Lccc women's soccer, and again, kind of send off Coach Gardner with that kind of proud moment, so to speak, in his at least head coaching career. But, outside of at least this national tournament, where, again, we're confident that Lccc will get that automatic bid and head down to Florida and compete and hopefully bring back that championship here to Cheyenne. But, again, as we're still in the soccer season for you, Shayne, but, you are a sophomore, final year of schooling, and also, too, with Lccc women's soccer. But have you looked at at least at the future at this point of, do you want to continue soccer career at a D1? Have you already applied to schools? Have schools been looking at you? Again, talk about the future for you past Lccc.
For sure, it's a hard thing to look in, especially because nationals not been over yet. So it's hard to look down. I always call my mum and dad, and we talk about it. I have some D1, D2s, NAIAs. I've got some schools talking to me right now, whether that's if I want to continue on to a 4-year or not. But once we get through nationals, it'll definitely, and after my injury, hopefully I'll come back stronger than ever. That's definitely going to play a part of whether I'm going to go on or not. But for sure, I definitely want to stay in America. I want to stay in the States. I mean, I do love Scotland back home, but America's just something else, you know. It's a land of opportunities for me, you know.
Well, Shayne, we wish you and all of the young ladies over there at Lccc all the best. Florida, wow. That's got to be a real rough trip there, Coach. Florida. Oh. So, again, we wish you all the best there at Nationals, and thank you again for your contributions to the Lccc women's soccer program.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we're going to take a timeout. We're going to come back. We have yet another player we would love to introduce you to, and we'll be back after this right here on 1480 KRAE. First Tier Bank would like to say thank you to all veterans and their families. We want you to know we appreciate your service and sacrifice, and we hope everyone will take a moment to thank a veteran, not just on Veterans Day, but every day. And also, happy 244th birthday to the United States Marine Corps, Semper Fi, from First Tier Bank, 1508 Stillwater Avenue in Cheyenne.
Give your family and friends the gift of safety and security this holiday season with B&B Appliances' lineup of Ring doorbells and security cameras. Monitor your surroundings from the convenience of your phone or tablet. Any customer who purchases one of their connected home products will receive a free Google Mini while supplies last. B&B Appliance and TV, 714 Central Ave. Best brands, hometown service.
Your locally owned and operated radio stations, KYOI-FM and 1480 KRAE AM, are just that, local. Serving Cheyenne and Laramie County, where your advertising dollar stays local too. It doesn't end up in Colorado, Oklahoma, New Hampshire, or even New York. We conduct business here, we shop here, and we live here. And we support our entire community 24/7, 365. Just because it has a window dressing doesn't mean it isn't a facade. A reminder from KYOY and 1480 KRAE.
Are you thinking about buying a new water heater? You could spend $1,300 or more on a gas-fired water heater. Or you could spend $0 on a top-of-the-line electric water heater from High West Energy. That's right, $0. High West members can upgrade from gas to electric without spending a penny. Don't you wish all decisions were this easy? Go to highwestenergy.com to learn more or call 307-245-3261. High West Energy, the best choice, the local choice, the right choice for you.
Check out the huge savings this week at Town & Country Supermarket Liquors. Here are just a few of the terrific weekly specials. Our Super Radio buys heard only right here feature Tito's Handmade Vodka, 1.75-liter bottle, $28.99. Crown Royal Original Apple, Maple, or Vanilla Canadian Whiskey, 750 milliliter bottle, $16.49. And Bud Light, Coors Light, or Miller Light, 24-pack, 12-ounce bottles or cans, $21.49. Town & Country Supermarket Liquors on the South Greeley Highway, Cheyenne's low-price leader.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be sunny with highs around 45. For tonight, it'll be mostly cloudy with lows around 28 and winds out of the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. On Friday, it'll be sunny with highs around 62. And on Friday night, it'll be clear skies with lows around 35.
You bleed brown and gold? So do we. Wyoming Cowboys football and basketball is always front and center on this show. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Welcome back to Wyoming Sports Talk Today. Larry Pro and Nick Pro, Faith Meredith join us, sophomore at Lccc, and again a big part of this Lccc women's soccer team. First off, Faith, nice to have you on the program, and again, let's introduce you to our audience, to tell everybody a little bit about you. And
I was going to say, the audience should already know who she is.
But you know, we don't have. We also have an international and national audience as well.
True, too.
So the local audience knows who she is. And again, as we're live streaming, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Faith Meredith, and I've lived here my entire life. Went to Central High School, and you know, soccer has been a big thing in my life ever since the age of 5, and I'm happy that I was able to keep it up here at Lccc as well.
Well, let's talk about, at least, again, you Central High product, at least playing girls soccer across the town, where, again, you, before you came to Lccc, were opposing sometimes at least a few games of one head coach, Jim Gardner, when he was a part of Cheyenne East, also too, one Rebecca Valdez. But talk about that, and at least kind of reminiscing, looking back in the past, on your high school days of when you had to take on that Cheyenne East girls soccer program led by head coach Jim Gardner.
Yeah, so, I mean, freshman year, I didn't get to play, so that was kind of hard coming in because that was the first time I tore my ACL. So coming into sophomore year and playing against East was always fun, and knowing that I had an older sister as well that played soccer, so I knew Jim Gardner and who he was, and the great coach that he is, and the girls are, I mean, I just like, it's kind of fun playing against the rival team, at East. It gets a little tough and at it, but it's always a good game, and we always have a good game at it. So
let me ask you this question, and as we were talking most recently with Shayne, you come from the high school to the collegiate ranks, the JUCO, it to me this is college soccer at its best here, especially in Cheyenne. And again, Coach Gardner, along with Coach Valdez, a lot of years between them as far as soccer is concerned. But you played over at Milt Risky Field. You played on the turf as opposed to playing on grass over at LCCC. But what is the difference between high school soccer and collegiate soccer?
Yeah, so there's a big difference, actually. I mean, high school soccer, it's fun and it's competitive, but it's not near as competitive as at the collegiate level. The girls are a lot bigger, stronger, faster, so it's cool to see the difference in between that when you're playing from high school to college. So
Nick, you heard that words? Bigger, faster, stronger. We've heard that in just about every sport that we've talked about, especially at LCCC.
Yeah, a common theme at LCCC athletics. But Faith, as we talk about at least your high school days, again, a Cheyenne product, you've been through soccer, as you mentioned, the age of 5 here in town, and again, at least continuing your career at LCCC. What point in time, again, talk about at your time at Cheyenne Central, when did you decide on that you wanted to be a part of the LCCC Lady Golden Eagles? Was that early on? Was that something that was kind of destined early on in your freshman days, or was it something that Coach Gardner reached out to you and said, hey, I want you to play for LCCC?
Yeah, so it was definitely more Coach Gardner reached out to me and said he wanted me to play for them. I obviously knew that, from my freshman year that I wanted to play soccer in college, and it was always a huge dream of mine. But I didn't know exactly where I wanted to go or, what division, and especially with my injuries, that was obviously a big thing that kind of stopped me from deciding whether or not I really wanted to play on or not. So I'm glad I decided to play on, and especially with Gardner reaching out to me, it opened my eyes, and I wanted to stay close to home, and so it seemed like the best option at that time.
Faith, and I know our audience can't see this, but you're bruised up all over the place. So, I mean, tell us a little bit what position you are on the soccer field, and it seems like, it's rough and tough out there in the trenches.
Yeah, no, it is tough. So I play outside mid and also center mid. At times, which kind of just got moved this weekend more than I normally play center mid. It was a hard, 2 games this weekend. It was a fight out there, and, we kind of, like I said, we lost a big aspect to our team, which we had to, get in place for. And so with that being said, I felt like I had to, and our team had to fight harder than we normally do. And so, with all the bruises and stuff, you got to give it your all every time you step on the field. So
now we got the at least information from Shayne of what she's, again, you're all student athletes at LCCC, so we'll ask you the same question, Faith. What are you currently studying right now at LCCC?
So I'm currently studying elementary education. That's obviously been a thing that I've wanted to do forever. I love kids. My mom's a teacher. My sister's a teacher, so it kind of runs in the family. Like I said, I love kids, and that's kind of what I'm looking forward to do. And
something that runs in the family as well, too. Again, you talked about your sister, but also, too, again, we'll talk about your brother. Again, Bryce, what he did at the University of Wyoming. Now, it's kind of alludes into the next question of, again, he was a UW, at least superstar out there for wrestling of what he did, kind of put the name on the map, so to speak. Is it something that you're not so much following in his footsteps, or, again, what does the future hold for Faith post-LCCC once your schooling is done here in Cheyenne?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Bryce is, he's a big shot, and he is someone I look up to so much. He did accomplish such great things and is still trying to accomplish great things in New Jersey and trying to, make the USA team. And like I said, he was a big aspect in Wyoming. And with that being said, I do want to go, I think, and play on, after these 2 years. And we'll see what happens. I have gotten a couple, like Shayne said, D2, NAIA schools that are looking for me. And it kind of just depends on the school and what they kind of offer for me and the girls and the family-oriented type of team. So
it's always nice to get those inquiries too, So I mean, that kind of relaxes you a little bit, and that you performed well in your trade, so to speak, at LCCC. My final thought to you, again, you were there last year. hopefully, fingers crossed, everything that's going to come to fruition, that you'll be back at it again. I think, I think we all feel pretty good about it, but there's also that little bit of butterflies inside the stomach. But again, as you get that opportunity to go back to the Nationals, tell us a little bit what that, obviously the obvious main goal is to win it all, but how do you approach that without getting starry-eyed?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I didn't get to play last year at the national tournament. And so I think that's like a big part where I want to go there for for my team as well. You know, we all want to go there and do well, and for Gardner to end it at the last thing. I think to not get starry-eyed and whatever, we have to go out there and play like we know how to play. Like I said, we had a big aspect on our team get lost, but at that point, we just have to keep our heads high and know that we can still do it and prepare these next 2 weeks for what we need to do and what our eyes are really headed for.
All righty, Faith Meredith, join us here on 1480 KRAE. We wish you all the best. Thank you for joining us. Coach Gardner, thank you so much. Shana Mccabe, thank you also for being a part of Wyoming Sports Talk today. We're going to take a time out. We'll be back with more after these words here on 1480 KRAE.
You can actually get something good for your health at a drive-through window. When you order your next prescription from Medicap Pharmacy, call ahead and use our drive-through window. Or you can call for free delivery. You can even log on to Medicap.com and order a prescription refill. Your Medicap pharmacist will call you to make arrangements for pickup or delivery.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712. The team at Chick-fil-A, Windmill and Del Range, directly across from Powers Field and Menards, are proud sponsors of the student athletes for the 2019-2020 school year for high school and Lccc. Not only do they support the athletes, but they are ready for your next cater-out event, meeting, or gathering. A special thank you to Chick-fil-A and all they do for 1480 KRAE and our sister station KYOI-FM during the year. For more information, call Chick-fil-A at 638-4444.
At Platte Valley Bank, we love to see our customers come through the door. Well, we know life can be busy and you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking products with features such as bill pay, recurring transfers, mobile deposit, and now digital wallet. At Platte Valley Bank, you can manage your money how you want, when you want. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC. From family-owned and operated Riverbend Nursery and Stone Company, they would like to simply say thank you for your continued support. They are thankful this year, as in years past, for your friendship as well as business. Coming soon, please check out the beautiful selection of fresh-cut Christmas trees and wreaths, plus there's always great gift ideas inside the spacious gift center. Sincere thanks and wonderful holiday wishes from your friends at Riverbend Nursery and Stone Company on Yellowstone Road in North Cheyenne. MHP is a certified public accounting and consulting firm located in both Cheyenne and Fort Collins, offering accounting, tax, and consulting services to businesses, not-for-profit, government, and individual clients. MHP takes pride in their commitment to providing close, personal attention to their clients. They also continue to invest time and resources in continuing education, state-of-the-art computer technology, and valuing their relationships with you. MHP is a proud supporter of local and UW athletics. MHP, 314 West 18th Street, or call 634-2151.
Welcome to the biggest thing in tacos since tacos. Introducing the Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. That's right, we said it. Perfecto. That's Spanish for perfect. We redesigned it with an aerodynamic shell to give you the best bite every bite. Choose between seasoned to perfection beef, chili lime chicken, or upgrade to hand-carved sirloin steak. Sure, it was hard to perfect, but it's easy to eat. The Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
We're taking Cheyenne, Wyoming Sports Talk Radio to a whole new level. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
Don't look at me. I think these people are completely nuts.
Stop this crazy thing! And it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
So, Coach, let's just I just want to talk about that first quarter there. You guys went 1 for 11 from the field, and then at the end of the quarter you started pressing. We ran that great play, executed it really well. How'd you come out of the first quarter with the lead?
Scored more points than them. That's, once again, I just think that when we came out, I'm not going to say it was nerves. I don't know why we couldn't score. I think our feet weren't set when we shot. We were making some rush decisions. But then all of a sudden, like you said, we got a little more aggressive. We got them in foul trouble, so we got to the free throw line. They fouled us on a couple of drives, and we want to try to be more aggressive this year. We want to change up just instead of being just pass the ball around the perimeter. So we got to the free throw line, and fortunately we made some free throws. I think our first 6 points were all free throws. So that allowed us to cut the lead, and then we started defending a little bit better. We were defending fine at the beginning. It's just a little bit of nerves and moving. And then we executed a couple plays, and like you said, they executed them to their credit, scored them, and once we got up, I think for our team, I think it was just like, okay, we're okay, but the defensive effort from that point on was just absolutely incredible. I mean, the way they played defensively.
Talking about the defense, is that going to be your guys' identity this season? I mean, you guys have come out. They only scored 1 point in the first quarter, 9 points, or in the second quarter, 9 points in the first half. You guys' defense have been playing really well so far this season. Well,
yeah, I mean, it's been an emphasis. It's been an emphasis in our program. Joe and I started that a long, long time ago, and we actually tried to get away from it few years ago and thought, well, the trend of the game is up tempo and playing fast, and we're too old school to do that. So we spend a lot of time on defense. It's just like I told a couple people downstairs. You can't always control what you do offensively. For some reason, I don't know why, who knows why. If we knew, I'd write a book and I'd make $1 million. Sometimes the ball just don't go for you on a given night. You can be the greatest shooter in the world and it don't go, and don't know why. But what you can control as a player, and I always believe this, is you can control the intensity level that you come with every day, and you can control how hard you're going to play defensively, because those are things that don't change. It takes determination and it takes a will to do it. And I thought tonight we willed ourselves to some offensive points and to a comfort level so that we could play better offensively. So is it going to be our identity? We got a long way to go to establish an identity, but we'll come out and try to play hard defensively every game.
Just your thoughts on McKinley's performance tonight. She looked real confident out there, and she played really well.
I thought McKinley played really well. I mean, as you can see, I mean, she I think I'll have to look. I can't. She's our second leading scorer with 13 points, 4 for 8 from the field, one for 3. I think she got tired at the end, or she would have probably been 6 of 6 from the free throw line. She battled on the boards. I mean, I think McKinley played very, very well. I think, for her and for all of our young players, each game is going to be a step up, and each game is going to be a different style, and each time they're going to have to learn from it. So, right now when we go on Sunday against St. Mary's, they're going to see a long perimeter players that are 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", that can raise up and shoot from 22 or 23 feet. They're going to see an up-tempo game, and so they have to adjust to that. And then probably the next game, just looking at scores but not watching them, Denver's going to play so fast, it's going to be incredible. I think they scored 97 and 95 points in their 2 first games, and then I think had 78 or 79 the other day on the road. So each game, our young players are going to have to learn a little bit. But I say our young players, but our young players are also our experienced players. They just have a few more minutes and a few more games under their belt, but they're still finding their role. They're still finding what it's like to be counted on for 30-plus minutes every night. And, having the pressure of, hey, I got to make this shot, or I got to make this stop. But, I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased with where we're at. Obviously, I'm relieved we finally did score some points and get going. But, I'm happy with where we're at, and tomorrow starts a new day.
Talking about Carla, she only had 2 field goal attempts in your guys' exhibition game, and she's kind of seemed hesitant to shoot tonight. Did you mention anything to her, or did she just start shooting on her own?
No, it's just, it's really interesting because it's interesting how different people look at the game. I looked at the game the other day and thought Carla played really, really well because she played within the system. She dished out the ball. She what we say, she kept play in front of her. She didn't force shots, so I thought she played really, really well. She took the shots that were there for her. Tonight, she also took the shots that were there for her. There just happened to be more opportunities and the way that things came up. So, no, we didn't. The only thing we said, the only thing that we told them all is, if you're going to shoot with conviction to score. Don't shoot just because you're open, and that's what it looked like for a while, and I think that's what happens sometimes when you don't have a lot of experience playing is, oh, I'm open, I'm going to shoot, instead of going, hey, I'm open, let me make sure my feet are set, let me make sure I'm confident with this, and then shoot to score or drive to score. Don't drive just because it's there. And I thought Carla played very well tonight. I think she had some turnovers I wasn't happy with, but we'll clean those up and let's go forward, like I said.
This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne.
Also being heard on translator K266CC Cheyenne at 101.1 FM.
What you are about to hear is a sports talk radio show unlike any other that has ever before been broadcast in the capital city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, USA. This is Cheyenne, Wyoming's Sports Talk Authority. The Wyoming Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Rockies, and the Denver Nuggets. The show is local, it's regional, and yes, the show is national as well. Wyoming Sports Talk Today is on the air. If they're talking sports on the radio in Cheyenne, this is the place it happens. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
It is hour number 2 of Wyoming Sports Talk Today, being brought to you by Taco John's of Cheyenne on KRAE Avenue, Yellowstone Road, Del Range and Ridge, Pershing and Ridge, and of course the new prototype Taco John's over on South Greeley Highway. Load up tonight. It is 6-pack and a pound night, especially when it's from Taco John's. Key of Cheyenne. Over in Nation Way, 19's on the move, 20s are arriving, so make your best deal today with our good friends over at Key of Cheyenne on Nation Way. Platte Valley Bank, 2 banking locations for you over on Banda High, the east side location, corner of College and Pershing. Chick-fil-A, Windmill, and Del Range, right across from Powers Fuel, and Menards, again, serving up 3 delicious squares Monday through Saturday. Medicap Pharmacy, for all your pharmaceutical needs, open Monday through Saturday. Again, CG and the great staff, same location as always, Bluegrass Circle, next door to Texas Roadhouse. B&B Appliance and TV, 714 Central Avenue, where they service what they sell. GE, Maytag, Frigidaire, Whirlpool, it's all for your inspection today over at B&B Appliance and TV, 714 Central Avenue. Lennox Auto Body over on Dunn Avenue, and the Auto Glass and Detail Center over on Pershing Boulevard. Remember, at the Auto Glass and Detail Center, it's not clean until it's Lennox clean. Both part of Lennox Enterprises, serving our community for over a quarter century. First Tier Bank at 1508 Stillwater Avenue, from Tim as he extends best wishes during this Veterans Day weekend. Wanting to remind you again, happy Veterans Day to all our past and present veterans, and thank you for your service. Again, a reminder as well, too, coming up, it will be the 244th birthday of the United States Marine Corps, as he says, Semper Fi. First Tier Bank over at 1508 Stillwater Avenue, open Monday through Friday. Cross street at 1507 Stillwater Avenue, Suite D in the Greenway Commons. It's Mondello's Pizzeria, Paisan cuisine at its best 7 days a week. Noon until 8, open on Sundays. That's Mondello's Pizzeria. And we get things underway at Scoreboard Time. It's brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. Here's Nick.
LCCC action, at least update from the Region 9 volleyball tournament, where LCCC Lady Golden Eagles volleyball squad, unfortunately their season has come to an end after a 4-set loss to McCook Community College. So again, for LCCC, their season officially over as they lost in the Region 9 tournament today, again at Northeastern Junior College against McCook Community College. So again, LCCC women's volleyball, they lose today 4 sets. To remind folks, coming up at least this Saturday here in town at the LCCC soccer field, 1 o'clock o'clock kickoff. It will be the number 17 ranked LCCC men's soccer program as they will host number 7 Marshalltown Community College. Again, coming up this Saturday, it is for the North Central District Championship. And again, the winner of this contest, this district championship, will move on to the NJCAA National Tournament. So head on out to the LCCC soccer field and go support men's soccer. Again, 1 o'clock this Saturday here in town. NHL action for tonight. There are a few games on the slate, and we'll start with the Vegas Golden Knights as they will be in Toronto taking on the Maple Leafs. How about the Florida Panthers at home? They will host the Washington Capitals. Pittsburgh Penguins will see the New York Islanders there on the island. Philadelphia Flyers at home at Wells Fargo Center. They will host the Montreal Canadiens. New York Rangers will go to Carolina to see the Hurricanes. LA Kings, they got to travel all the way up north to see the Ottawa Senators. Chicago Blackhawks in the Windy Center. At least Chicago, Illinois, there at the United Center. They will host the Vancouver Canucks. Nashville Preds, they will be down south, 100 miles down south of us in Denver, Colorado. So we'll see the Colorado Avalanche there in the Pepsi Center. That is a 7 o'clock at least start time down there for the Avalanche. Calgary Flames at home, they will host the New Jersey Devils. Columbus Blue Jackets will be in Phoenix to see the Arizona Coyotes. And last but not least, the San Jose Sharks in the Shark Tank will play host to the Minnesota Wild. That's what's happening in NHL action for tonight. And do want to remind folks coming up here tomorrow on 1480 KRAE, 101.1 FM, 1480KRAE.com is where you can only hear this contest. Again, no video live stream in the postseason, but it will be classed for a semifinal matchup between the number 4 seed Cheyenne Thunderbirds as they will head up to Gillette to see the number 1 team, Thunder Basin Bolts. 6 o'clock kickoff, 5:20-ish pregame show here on 1480 KRAE.
And coming up after the break, we'll be hearing from both head coaches, Trent Pikula, along with Cheyenne East head coach Chad Goff. On deck will be Trent Pikula. We go to the National Football League on tap tonight. Thursday night football, that will be from the OCO, the Oakland Coliseum, as the Raiders.
I was going to say, it's not called the OCO anymore.
No,
it's Ring Central Coliseum.
Basically, it's a hunk of junk. The Oakland Raiders will play host to the Los Angeles Chargers in an AFC Worst Division matchup. It's also basketball action on tap for tonight. Celtics will be taking on the Hornets at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte. Thunder Spurs at the AT&T Center in San Antonio. At the Talking Stick Resort Arena in Phoenix, Suns and the Heat will hook up. Trailblazers and the Clippers at Staples later on tonight in Los Angeles. And if you missed out or was wondering, as we were playing Coach Gerald Mattinson, the Cowgirls last night in a romp over Colorado Christian, the Lady Cougars. Final score, Cowgirls winning 70-31. Our scoreboard brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne.
All right, if you're a gamer, you know the world of gaming is full of amazing gear. Portable cannons, flying tanks, whoa, like that one, mythic artifacts. But the most advanced tool in gaming today isn't even in the game. It's right in your hand. Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel is purpose-built for gaming, created with pro gamers for gamers. What does that mean? It means it's formulated with ingredients that have been shown to improve accuracy, whoa, and alertness. And Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel tastes great too. Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel even comes in a special can with a uniquely textured grip, so it's easy to refuel between respawns. The ones you're furiously trying to avoid? Hey, there we go. So next time you log online, gear up. Get the drink designed for gaming. Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Right now, it's our opportunity to talk to head coach Trent Bakula of the Thunder Basin Bolts, third-year head coach. And Coach, as I look at to this point, your Bolts are undefeated. Of course, 2 more weeks left in the season to reach the ultimate goal. But, looking back on this season, and again, maybe about 5-6 teams in this Class 4A on any given Friday night can win. It's impressive right now, and I would feel you would feel the same way too. That your team is 10-0. They have a lot of resolve.
Yeah, there's been a lot more parity in 4A football this year than there has been in a lot of years. And we had some battles with a lot of those teams. Some fourth quarter comebacks, some second half comebacks. And it's been a lot of fun. Shows our team just kind of has a never say die attitude, and we persevered through some pretty tough situations, and we're able to come out on top. So, to this point in the season, we haven't lost yet, and and we hang our hat on that. But Friday night is a whole new challenge for us.
Again, your third season with the Bolts program, and a lot of these youngsters that you had back in the day as sophomores, they have grown with you in the program. You have to be very impressed each year you've seen, again, a lot of your key performers grow and continue to get better.
Yeah, a lot of them, got some quality playing time their sophomore year, which, for that year that was tough because, first year we had to throw them out there, but they've grown, they've matured, and last year they were key contributors to a very good football team that just came up short in the semifinal game, and so, this year, their senior year, they've stepped up and become leaders, both on and off the field. They have a goal that they set early in the season, and they're just a couple wins away from that now. So it's been a lot of fun for us to see like you said, their growth and maturity, and hopefully that continues to lead us forward.
Coach, how do you deflect, the attention away from your program being number one in Class 4A, being undefeated? And again, every time that you step onto the football field, you guys have a target on your back. How do you deflect that pressure away from the kids?
Well, we talk every day. We talk about the most important day is today, be it practice or if it's a game day. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you play. It doesn't matter what our situation is. We have to have our best day. We have to have our best week of practice. We have to have our best down. And so we try not to talk. We honestly don't talk a whole lot about the undefeated record. We don't talk. We wanted the number one seed because we wanted to host. But we didn't hang our hat on we have to be undefeated, we have to be this, we have to be that. We just wanted to be the best version of ourselves that we could be. To this point of the season, it's been what we needed. And so it's just when you're dealing with 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, you can't put that kind of pressure on them because they, mature-wise, they may not be able to handle that. So it's up to us coaches to make sure that they stay grounded, that we treat practices and games as such and allow them just to be themselves.
It's always tough, as they say, to, beat a team twice. And last weekend you had a really tough tussle with neighboring Campbell County as the Camels gave the Bolts all they can handle. But I guess to the credit of the Camels, that program is on the rise. Did you guys take them lightly, or was that just a good old-fashioned game plan to go against the Bolts?
I think it was probably a little bit of both. I don't know that anybody will say that we took them lightly, but I'm sure deep down, there were some kids that thought, we beat them 51-14 in the regular season, and we're up 35-0 at halftime or whatever it was, 35-7 at halftime. Probably thought, a lot of the same, but playoff football is so much different. They did a nice job of coming out and running the football on us that most teams haven't been able to do. And then they hit a couple of big plays that our kids just weren't ready for. And offensively, we stalled too many times. We had a 14-play drive that didn't put points on the board, and that's just not like us. And so, and then once the game gets rolling, and then you start to get a little bit tight, and you start to, I think maybe the doubt starts to creep in your mind that maybe we're gonna not win this game. And so it was kind of a perfect storm for them. They played extremely well. That's as good of a game as I've seen them play in a lot of years, and I don't think we came out and played our best game. But at the end of the day, a win is a win, whether it's by 1 or by 40. It's in playoff football is to survive and advance, and that's what we did. And so we live to see another week, but we know we have to play better against East, or the outcome is going to be different.
And let's talk about Cheyenne East, and I'm looking forward to bringing this broadcast back to our fans in Cheyenne. But I look forward to this matchup because it could be, and again, just throwing out my opinion here, Coach, this could be a good old-fashioned shootout, and I think you might agree with me.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that on the way to school this morning. That, it could be a couple teams in the 40s or whatever. I mean, just with these two offenses, the first time we played 31-30, and it was there was a lot of defense that was played in that game, and both teams still put up over 30. So yeah, it could be with the type of offenses that we both play, and the weather's supposed to be nice tomorrow night. It could be a showdown.
And final thought, and again, appreciate your comments here on our pregame show, but let's talk about the other semifinal matchup, Sheridan and Cheyenne Central. Your thoughts on that, Coach?
Well, Central's obviously, Mike's got those guys going. We had them first week of the season, and we we were able to roll over them, but they're just a much different team. Just watching them on film, he's got his kids in the right spots. His offense just, he does a great job with those kids. And then Sheridan is Sheridan, playoff, when they get to the playoffs, they just expect that they're going to be in Laramie on that second weekend. And so it's going to be, I don't know. It's tough to say what the outcome is going to be, but I know they're going to come out and hit each other in the mouth a little bit. But it'd be a fun one to watch. So I think both semifinal games are going to be exciting, and I think a lot of cool storylines in each game.
Thunder Basin Bolts head coach Trent Pikula joining us here on 1480 KRAE. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more.
For almost 60 years, 1480 KRAE has been Cheyenne's home for good times and great oldies. Add to that live play-by-play sports featuring high school football and basketball, along with Lccc men's and women's basketball. Now combo that with KYOY-FM, and you have Cheyenne and the area's only locally owned AM and FM radio stations. But we don't stop there. We also have 2 FM translators which serve the area with programming from both KRAE and KYOY. And that equals a lot of bang for your advertising dollar. Radio yesterday and now today, along with our websites, web streams, and digital ventures, makes us your one-stop shop. For more information, please call Larry Proetti at 307-637-0301.
We are the key to your cleaning success. The Key People that provides affordable office and professional cleaning services for over 40 years with exceptional customer care. All of our contractors have background checks and are licensed and bonded. We guarantee you a safe and secure service that is tailored to your individual and business needs. The Key People do not impose year-long contracts, and all quotes are free, confidential, and personalized. Call the Key People at 1-800-468-8283. That's 1-800-468-8283.
Have you talked to your kids about vaping? Most e-cigarettes and vaping devices still contain nicotine, which can harm adolescent brain development. The flavors and chemicals in e-cigarettes and vaping devices may also contain formaldehyde and weed killer, and can also cause headaches, nausea, lung and heart disease, plus damage to your liver, kidneys, nervous system, and can lead to cancer. Don't be fooled. This message is brought to you by the Wyoming Institute of Population Health.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
At Medicap Pharmacy, we concentrate on nothing but your medications and your health. Each location is a locally owned full-service neighborhood pharmacy. We won't make you walk through aisles and aisles of stuff or wait in a long line. Instead, we'll always make time for you by listening, answering your questions, and explaining your prescriptions.
Medicap Pharmacy. We'll always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
Hi, I'm Tristan Johnson, mortgage lender at Platte Valley Bank. A home is more than where you live. It's where you make a life. At Platte Valley Bank, we have tailored home loan products paired with great rates and friendly people so you can focus on making memories, not paperwork. I will work with you every step of the way to find the mortgage product that is right for you. Stop by Platte Valley Bank at 3310 North College Drive in Cheyenne or visit www.pvbank.com to get started today.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be sunny with highs around 45. For tonight, it'll be mostly cloudy with lows around 28 and winds out of the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. On Friday, it'll be sunny with highs around 62. And on Friday night, it'll be clear skies with lows around 35.
Here, the season never ends. From Wyoming sports to the Broncos in Denver. From Rockies baseball to talking hoops with Nuggets basketball. Local, regional, and national. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, right here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Right now we're talking with East High head coach Chad Goff. Coach, I've said this many a time about you during your tenure at Cheyenne East, and you may have a lost result on the regular season, but if you get a second chance at a team, I feel sorry for that other team because obviously you and your staff get that extra opportunity to check out what they're doing and you come in a lot better prepared that next time. Case in point, Casper Nachona last weekend at the Okie Blanchard Sports Complex. You have to be pretty happy with the results from last weekend.
Yeah, definitely. I thought the kids played well, kind of got it was a really tough first half, and I thought the adjustments that were made and the kids just going out there and understanding that, we got to go play to our level, and I thought they did a great job of that in the second half, especially the third quarter. They had a really good quarter and just kind of opened that game wide open for us.
As you prepare for Thunder Basin, which we'll get into in just a little bit, I was thinking about this question as we were getting ready to do our pregame show, and I was thinking, you came to summer camp, you had some question marks, but you also had some skilled positions that were in place and ready to roll for you. But as you look from the first part of summer camp to tonight, as you get ready for the game, tell us a little bit what you have seen accomplished by this team in that short period of time.
Well, offensively, I think the offensive line did a really good job of developing, and then we got a little thin last week. We were out 2 starters on the offensive line and had to move 2 kids up, and I thought they did a great job. And so just coming together and understanding the gameplay up there at all different levels was really nice to see. I think our receivers have done a great job of understanding the route combinations that we want with Graydon being able to throw it into a lot of different places. And then our running backs, we asked them to do a lot of stuff, and they were able to do that so far, and so that's been nice offensively. Defensively, I just think it's just been a group of kids that gets better every week, I think, understands more and more every week, and has done a really nice job for us at all different spots.
As you prepare for the Thunder Basin Bolts, and I'm assuming, Coach, that you had that opportunity to break down the first game film on Thunder Basin, and, of course, you've had a chance to get other looks at the Bolts. What do you like about this team? I mean, obviously, you're going to face them, but what do you like about this Thunder Basin Bolts team?
I'll tell you one thing they do well is they know how to win football games. I mean, you look at the game we played against them, we had them down, and they were able to come back and win it in the fourth quarter, and they've done that a couple times this year. And so you got to appreciate that about a football team full of a bunch of, kids being able to rise up and do that late in the game. And then offensively, the Hamilton kid, he throws the ball well, and he's got some good targets, some big targets to throw to. And so they do a nice job offensively, and defensively, you got to appreciate them being the number 1 defense in the state and what they do up there.
Again, as I started off with our first question, when you have a chance to check out a team a second time, sometimes the results go in favor of Cheyenne. Things that you need to improve on from the first time that you faced the Bolts.
Well, if you break that film down, you watch it, there was an opportunity for us on a 3rd and 1 to get a first down and probably put the game away. We did not do that. There was an opportunity on a 3rd and short to catch a ball and put the game away. We didn't do that. There was an opportunity for us to have a couple pass breakups in which we did not do it. I mean, there's some big plays that happened late in that game that did not go in our favor, and so those are good things to show kids and how making that play affects the game and how every play is so important. And I think it's been a great tool this week for us to be able to show them that and explain, what could have happened had we had done this, and so it's been a good teaching tool this week.
Coach, as you mentioned, you had a couple of injuries that you had heading into last weekend's contest against Casper Nachona, and that pretty much leads me into my next question. Health of the ball club as you head to Thunder Basin.
Pretty good. We're getting healthier as the weeks go on. We've kind of eliminated the hitting during the week and trying to heal these bodies up and getting their legs back and all that. So I feel pretty good about the group.
Final thought, and I was talking with Coach Pikula about that. It's always nice to toss the shutout if you can, but, you got 2 high-powered offenses in both Cheyenne East and the respect goes towards the Thunder Basin Bulls. Do you expect in this contest, this game to be a shootout? I mean, what are you looking at in between this game between East and Thunder Basin?
Well, I think it would be tough to be a shutout by any means. But I think both teams will probably end up scoring the football. I think it's going to be the team that capitalizes on mistakes is going to have a good shot to win this football game.
And final thought from me to you, Coach, and I know one of the bugaboos that have hampered Cheyenne's throughout the course of the season has been that yellow hanky on the field. Things that you need to do not to get that yellow hanky thrown on the field this weekend.
Well, I think, if you go back to last week's game, I think the crew did a great job in just letting the kids decide the game. And I think our kids are a little bit better at some of the penalties that we've gotten in the past. I think the false starts and things like that are kind of gone away. I will tell you it'll be a struggle at times because I know they say some things on defense at times that can draw us off sides. It's happened in the first game. It happened last year, and so that's something we've been trying to prepare our kids for. And so little things like that, but you just can't have them on the field. You can't have those hankies on the field. The
comments of Cheyenne's head coach Chad Goff. We'll take a timeout. We'll have more coming up right here on 1480 KRAE. The team at Chick-fil-A, Windmill and Delrange, directly across from Powers Field and Menards, are proud sponsors of the student-athletes for the 2019-2020 school year for high school and Lccc. Not only do they support the athletes, but they are ready for your next cater-out event, meeting, or gathering. A special thank you to Chick-fil-A and all they do for 1480 KRAE and our sister station KYOI-FM during the year. For more information, call Chick-fil-A at 638-4444. First Tier Bank would like to say thank you to all veterans and their families. We want you to know we appreciate your service and sacrifice, and we hope everyone will take a moment to thank a veteran, not just on Veterans Day, but every day. And also, happy 244th birthday to the United States Marine Corps, Semper Fi, from First Tier Bank, 1508 Stillwater Avenue in Cheyenne.
Capital Lumber is lumber one in Cheyenne. Are you listening? We're all the lumber store you'll ever need.
Since 1966, family-owned and operated Capital Lumber Company has been the stop for all lumber, paint, tools, accessories, remodel and do-it-yourself projects, and so much more. Now, Capital Lumber Company announces the beginning of a tasty relationship with Traeger grills, as they now have in stock several models of Traeger grills, along with pellets and accessories. Capital Lumber Company at 1222 Dunn Avenue in Cheyenne.
Take care of stress. I'm AJ Miller for Kia of Cheyenne. With the new Kia vehicle, you get one of the best warranties in America. The new 2020 Kia Soul comes with a completely redesigned exterior and interior, all new high-tech features, and an available turbocharged engine. This hatchback has 16 exterior color options and plenty of available features. Come into Kia of Cheyenne, call 775-0123 or go to kiaofcheyenne.com and we'll make it easy. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See kia.com or a retailer for details.
Give your family and friends the gift of safety and security this holiday season with B&B Appliances' lineup of Ring doorbells and security cameras. Monitor your surroundings from the convenience of your phone or tablet. Any customer who purchases one of their connected home products will receive a free Google Mini while supplies last. B&B Appliance and TV, 714 Central Ave. Best brands, hometown service.
Welcome to the biggest thing in tacos since tacos. Introducing the Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. That's right, we said it. Perfecto. That's Spanish for perfect. We redesigned it with an aerodynamic shell to give you the best bite every bite. Choose between seasoned to perfection beef, chili lime chicken, or upgrade to hand-carved sirloin steak. Sure, it was hard to perfect, but it's easy to eat. The Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For tonight, it'll be sunny with highs around 45. For tonight, it'll be mostly cloudy with lows around 28 and winds out of the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. On Friday, it'll be sunny with highs around 62. And on Friday night, it'll be clear skies with lows around 35.
When it comes to sports talk in Cheyenne, it's a whole new ballgame. Let's play ball! You're listening to Wyoming Sports Talk today, and it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
We're back on Wyoming Sports Talk today. Again, we run down the list of thank yous. Head coach Jim Gardner, Faith Meredith, along with Shana Mccabe joining us from Lccc and the women's soccer program. We heard comments from Coach Gerald Mattinson on the win last night by the Wyoming Cowboys.
His first, at least, official win as a head coach of the Wyoming Cowgirl. So congratulations, Coach Mattinson, one of many with this Cowgirls team. Especially after
many more on the way,
Yeah, without a doubt, especially what they did last night. Granted, it is against Colorado Christian, a team I do believe out of the RMAC. You should have done that, what you did, but again, the defense looks unbelievably stellar. Again, as Coach Madison even alluded to, him and Coach Joe Legursky, they're that old school mentality that defense is winning championships. It was a winning formula for at least Coach Legursky, and obviously Coach Madison finding at least that same success heading into 2019-2020. So again, congratulations to Coach Madison, his first win as a head coach for the Wyoming Cowgirls.
And most recently, we just heard from both coaches that we will be handling tomorrow. That would be Trent Pikula, the head coach of the undefeated Thunder Basin Bolts, 10-0. And for the Chinese Thunderbirds, now 7-3 on the season, Chad Goff. And again, like I said this before, and I said it to him when I was discussing it with Chad. You give him a second opportunity at you, things could be a lot different, especially if he loses to you.
You got, again, East, I'll say, fortunate enough that you had Natrona there at Okie Blanchard. Again, it's a lot. It would have probably been a different story if you had to go up to Natrona County. Again, we know how these road trips, how these home stadiums are. Again,
Thunder Basin is a tough place to win.
Again, Thunder, Sheridan, whether it is Natrona County, East is now in that at least vein, and you can even now introduce Risky Field with Cheyenne Central as just being kind of those tough places to go and win at here in Class 4A across the state of Wyoming. But, again, we look at this semifinal matchup between Thunder Basin and Cheyenne East. In the small existence of of Thunder Basin, Bolts have taken care of business against this East team. Granted, they've had the talent come over from what was a talented Campbell County football program, now being a part of the Bolts. And, again, they have something special brewing right now up there in Gillette, Wyoming with this team. We'll see what happens. Again, this is a Thunder Basin team that's kind of skirted the lines throughout 2019 in the regular season, having some, at least, basically it seemed majority of their games were come from behind wins. This is a team that
against the upper tier teams.
At halftime, though, they'll be down, but they're not discouraged. This is a team that has all that faith, that fight in them to get it done and pick up this team and get that victory some way, somehow. And again, as they remain undefeated here in Class 4A. So we'll see what happens coming up. Again, we had the game last year up in Thunder Basin between the Bolts and Cheyenne East, where Bolts took care of business pretty handily. And again, that was early on, at least I think week 3, week 4 there, early on in 2018 for both of those squads. But again,
they dealt out some punishment.
Yeah, they were a phenomenal product. We could see that same team coming up tomorrow night.
I disagree. I think this one is who has the ball last tomorrow. I really believe whoever has the football last is going to win this thing. Both teams are capable of scoring anywhere on the football field. Defenses, they're okay, both East and Thunder Basin, but they always have chinks in the armor.
Yeah,
and I think like I said, I'm going to go with that. Whoever has the ball last, and we're going to have good weather tomorrow night. We're going to have good weather at both locations. Sheridan and I looked at the forecast. Looks like it's going to be pretty nice. They're playing that game at 5, by the way.
Yeah,
Cheyenne
for
Central.
whatever reason. Again, we didn't get an understanding. It was just moved up originally from 6 to 5. There's got to be some thought or something that maybe coach up there decided on just changing that time frame around for the Bronx. But either way, though, again, good weather. Nothing what we saw last year in the semifinals for East and Natrona, where it was heavy winds and that just kind of rain, sleet action. That came in. It was not ideal.
It was a winter football game. That's what it was.
Yeah, certainly. So we'll see what happens. Again, it's tough. It's in theory, you'd rather have this game at Okie Blanchard for Cheyenne East. Again, on the road, it's going to be that much tougher. Again, that 4.5-hour drive up to Gillette, where, again, it's the unfriendly confines. It's in front of a fan base just like Sheridan that's going to be rabid, going to be vocal, and you need to shut them. You need to shut them up.
You got to take that crowd out early.
Early on in that contest.
Well, and again, too, you and me have discussed this, and you look back at the Natrona game when they went up there. You can't spot That's the first thing you can't do. You can't spot Thunder Basin 2 touchdowns right out of the box. Or like even what happened with the Rock Springs Tigers at Okie Blanchard. They basically shut that crowd up.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the fumble, and then all of a sudden everybody came back to life. So when you look at this game tomorrow night, East, either if Thunder Basin scores first, East has to answer back right away.
Which they do. Again, they have the capability, without a doubt. We know that combination, again, Buell, we've seen those big-time throws that he can connect on, and as soon as you know it,
Anderton,
two plays, one play, again, a big drive. East is very capable, but again, it is Thunder Basin. This defense is it's proven so far that, yes, it can get it done. It can slow down teams and help the Bolts eventually get those victories again. Right. Let's not mull over the fact that, again, this team is undefeated.
But also too, their armor has a pile of chinks in it. They have, let's be real, they have lived a charmed life for this season against the upper echelon teams.
Again, you say charmed, I say this is a team that, and even Coach Goff alluded to, again, where you asked him, well, what do you like about this Bolts team? They know how to win.
Yeah.
They may have the flaws, they may have those issues, but in the end, they knew how to overcome them, take care of business when it was on, at least when things were on the line and when it mattered, so to speak. Again, majority of those games came in the second half, if not in that fourth quarter. This is a Bolts team that, yes, it has its flaws, but it seems like the positives outweigh the negative for the Bolts.
Well, in Hamilton, I remember back when Thunder Basin came into play, Hamilton was coming in relief of Wilkerson at the quarterback position. He still has the one wide receiver that's been there for 3 years. There's a lot of these sophomores now that are seniors, and they're a pretty doggone good outfit. I will not discredit them in any way, shape, or form, but they are beatable. And East,
without a doubt,
will have to come up there tomorrow and basically leave the mistakes behind. And again, and the one thing you heard me ask Coach Goff, the yellow hanky, that's the one thing they got to knock off.
Which they cleared up, or at least
against Natrona,
against Natrona. So at least here in the postseason where, hey, it's win or go home situation for the Cheyenne East Thunderbirds, this is where you want to be playing your best, at least football, where you want to keep those penalties cleaned up. They did it against Natrona. Now you need to carry that into Thunder Basin, at least coming up this Friday or at least tomorrow there in Gillette. Again, it's definitely a game not very favorable for East High, again, in my opinion, where it is that enemy territory. You're looking at that opposing undefeated Bolts team, that number 1 seed. But if anything, that kind of leaves those at least student athletes there under head coach Chad Goff of, kind of drooling, so to speak, of let's be that upset team. Let's be that team that gives them that first loss, their only loss, and sends them on packing, at least back home there in Gillette, where Cheyenne East would move on to Laramie coming up next Saturday.
And the fantasy matchup for me really would be next Saturday, East Central. That would be the fantasy matchup.
Which is a good possibility.
And again, Central and Sheridan hooking up tomorrow. This is not unfamiliar territory. These teams in the late 80s, early 90s were always at each other's throats.
Well, this is a different Central team from those 80s and 90s where, again, under Coach Mike Apodaca, he's getting things back in that right direction, back into those old school ways of, when they were winning and being that dominant top-tier team, at least here in the state of Wyoming. But, we look at Cheyenne East and Thunder Basin, of the Cheyenne schools that we cover, that we're rooting for, I have more confidence on East getting past Thunder Basin to move on to the state championship contest next Saturday. They're live in Laramie at War Memorial Stadium. Then, unfortunately, Cheyenne Central, where, again, we talk about Thunder Basin and how tough that is. At least Homer Scott Field up there for the Bronx, it might as well be on the same vein as the Blue Turf in Boise, Idaho, where it's proven, even in the playoffs, teams go up there and you struggle to find a win. You struggle to find a way to get a victory against that Sheridan team where, again, they elevate themselves in the postseason no matter who's at the helm as head coach, no matter who's your quarterback, no matter who's your specialists out there for the Bronx. It's a team. It's a school. It's a community up there that they step things up when it comes to the postseason. They've proven it many a time.
Well, and again, too, a fumble, an interception, A quick touchdown. I mean, these are, a couple, 3 things that come to the top of my head that Central needs tomorrow, just to get that definitely silence the crowd.
And is that a possibility to get that fumble, that INT, or some turnover at least from Sheridan? Without a doubt. Again, you need others than Carter Labatos to step things up, or at least the Labate brothers, so to speak, where, again, they need to step at least outside of those two.
Yeah, Bullock's going to have to be the terror on the defensive line.
Bullock, he showed up late in that contest, but, again, that's against Rock Springs. You're at home against this Tigers team. You now travel up to Sheridan, again, a team that's a little bit higher talented than what you just saw this past Friday.
290-pound guys either. You're facing guys, right around your stature.
For Sheridan, though, you write that out of. If they're undersized compared to at least compared to Cheyenne Central, it's a team that's full of skilled players, without a doubt. If they're undersized, again, smaller than Rock Springs, they're still talented.
Oh, they're very talented.
I mean, let's not kid ourselves. They're the number 2 seed. They're the number 2 seed in the playoffs for a reason.
Yeah. And real quick, too, we want to remind you, as we will have that game, all 3 of us are going to be up there. Nick will be tweeting out updates on the ball game.
I'll try to.
Unfortunately, we can't live stream it because, our hands have been tied, and I mean tightened. Tied by the Wyoming High School Activities Association.
And not just ours, those other broadcasters around the state as well, too. It's been, again, not just us here in Class 4A, but, again, 3A, 2A, and any other broadcasting
And I think
entity.
it's a disgrace. We put a poll out. We put a petition out earlier this week, and again, Nick will give you the details on how to get there and sign it. I'm a little disappointed in the apathy of those not signing it. You need the petition signed. We need your voice to be heard as well, because we're and again, maybe we're the only ones popping off here being upset about not being able to live stream the game. But I know when we do it on, whether it's on YouTube or Periscope via Twitter, we have a pile of people that join us.
Yeah, on average, a couple hundred.
Yeah, but
on Periscope, we average about a few thousand.
Okay, so that tells you. But we need more people to sign this petition, and I want Commissioner Laird to know that we're not happy. Our fans are not happy about this because understand this. Radio, and we used to do this for a long time. Radio is the way to go. Yeah, play-by-play. But we got into the 21st century, thanks to Nick, and we were able to bring it to you. On your computer, you could watch the game.
TV screen,
TV screens, however you want to do it. And that's the luxury of being up to date in the 21st century. But, to have somebody tie your hands with a crap product that they bring, that makes me very upset. So, again, sign the petition. Very simple.
Which, again, we're close to our at least first initial goal. Again, a few signatures away from that. And, again, appreciate everyone. I sent out a thank you, at least note, to those who have already signed it, showing my appreciation. But, yes, we still need your help, again, as we're very close, extremely close to our first goal, hitting that at least on the petition, again, which you can find on change.org. The link, at least direct to that petition, which, again, is completely free to sign that. Again, make your voices heard out there and help us out and help others around the state, again, other broadcasters, again, kind of say, hey, give us an opportunity against NFHS monopoly in the postseason, again, for various high school athletic events here in the state of Wyoming. That includes football, basketball, again, regionals, state tournament. Again, all we're saying is give us an opportunity, give us a shot to compete with the NFHS, give folks that are tuning in, whether it is on Fridays, again, throughout the basketball season, for folks like you to have a choice between NFHS or us or any other broadcasting entity here in the state of Wyoming. So, again, to find that direct link to the petition, just go to at least Twitter. If you're on there, it's at Nick Wyo Sports is how you find my official Twitter account. It is also to post on our Facebook sites, whether it is 1480 KRAE. Again, Facebook.com/1480KRAE is how you find the KRAE Facebook page, or either it's pinned at the top of a Wyoming Sports Talk Today page, which, again, you can simply search by Wyoming Wyoming Sports Talk today, or it's facebook.com/WyoSportsTalk. So again, many ways to find it. We do recommend as well too, if you've not shared it, again, you can share it via Facebook, you can share it via Twitter, you can share it via email as well too. Get family members involved, get those outside of the state involved, get friends, whoever it may be. Again, all we're asking for is your signature, your help on this to give us an opportunity to bring you, again, a free product.
Yeah, and again, the cost to sign the petition, bupkis, $0 dinero.
Yeah, without a doubt.
All right. Do we need to take a break here before we get into our picks? Anyway, East and Thunder Basin, our broadcast for tomorrow. We'll also keep you updated on Central and Sheridan.
And also to Burns and Mountain View. Granted, that game should be done by...
Oh, it'll be done by the time we get into Gillette tomorrow, so we'll all pass along that final score, and good luck to the Bronx, Coach Morrison's team, as they have that long road trip to take on the Buffaloes for tomorrow. We are going to take a timeout. We'll come back. It is the ever-dreaded picks from Nick and myself after this right here on 1480 KRAE.
1480 KRAE is your home for live play-by-play coverage of high school basketball and football. Hi, this is Nick Brody inviting you to hear all the play-by-play calls of East, Central, and South football and basketball. You'll hear the conference action along with the postseason, and during the basketball season, 1480 KRAE features both boys and girls games. Catch all the exciting calls on AM 1480 KRAE, also streaming the games worldwide on the web at 1480KRAE.com.
We are the key to your cleaning success. The Key People that provides affordable office and professional cleaning services for over 40 years with exceptional customer care. All of our contractors have background checks and are licensed and bonded. We guarantee you a safe and secure service that is tailored to your individual and business needs. The Key People do not impose year-long contracts, and all quotes are free, confidential, and personalized. Call the Key People at 1-800-468-8283. That's 1-800-468-8283.
Cheyenne Regional Medical Center is now the first and only hospital in Wyoming to provide the DAT scan and Exhuman medical imaging procedures. DAT scan is non-invasive and offers more accuracy when diagnosing Parkinson's disease. The Exhuman tests men who have previously had prostate cancer, allowing physicians to see if a patient's prostate cancer has returned. Cheyenne Regional is committed to diagnosing patients faster so they can receive quick and accurate treatment. To see if these medical imaging procedures are right for you, please talk to your current healthcare provider.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
Are you looking for a pharmacist who will actually take the time to talk to you? Then come to Medicap Pharmacy. We're dedicated to healthcare only, which means we'll fill your prescription quickly, and then we'll make time to listen, answer your questions, explain your prescriptions, and tell you about possible drug interactions.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
What if your bank was more than a bank? What if they gave their resources and the time and talents of their employees to make their community just a little bit better? At Platte Valley Bank, we do just that. Hi, this is Rick Flood, president of Platte Valley Bank, and we are proud to support local events, causes, organizations, and charities that make our area a great place to live. Platte Valley Bank, putting our customers and communities first. Stop in or check us out at pvbank.com.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be sunny with highs around 45. For tonight, it'll be mostly cloudy with lows around 28 and winds out of the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. On Friday, it'll be sunny with highs around 62. And on Friday night, it'll be clear skies with lows around 35.
Here, the season never ends. From Wyoming sports to the Broncos in Denver. From Rockies baseball to talking hoops with Nuggets basketball. Local, regional, and national. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, right here on AM 1480 KRAE.
We are back On Wyoming Sports Talk today, it is that time of the afternoon. It's time to pick 'em. Now, it's been a while since we've done it because I was gone last week.
Well, last week it was essentially a bye. So.
Well, basically, we won every game last week. I know everyone that I had in mind, I picked right. So
what are you talking about?
I went undefeated last week. Every one of the 5 games.
The record doesn't indicate because, again, we're both tied at 17-23 overall right now. So even if we go undefeated this week, we'll still finish 1 game below 500, equating to 22-23. But either way, we are tied, so it does mean something, so to speak. But, yes, as we head into Week 9 picks here on Wyoming Sports Talk today, again, to give a quick recap, we pick 5 games against the spread, whether it is NCAA football, NFL football. We've even done baseball. We even do NBA, NHL. Again, whatever that finds my fancy, again, to at least talk about and, again, pick and go towards those official standings, which you can find on 1480krae.com/picks. That's where we put up the records, where we put up our picks, all that fun stuff. Again, it's there on 1480krae.com/picks. So we will start with Thursday's action, at least coming up here tonight. NFL action. This is going to be game 1 of our Week 9 picks. It will be the Los Angeles Chargers, who are 4-5 overall. They'll be at the Oakland Raiders, who are 4-4 overall. This is happening at Ring Central Coliseum in Oakland, California. 6:20 kickoff tonight. And you can see it on Fox or NFL Network. Los Angeles, the Chargers on the road there in Oakland, California. They are 1.5-point favorite against the Oakland Raiders.
I'm still not buying the Raiders. They're just not that impressive. Yeah, they beat Detroit last week. The thing about the Chargers, even though they're not all that good this year, they've been playing decent defense. And I think that's going to be the problem tonight for the Raiders. I don't think they're going to be able to put a lot of points on the board. I'm going to take the Chargers in this one.
I see where you talk about you have no faith in the Oakland Raiders. I have no faith in the LA Chargers. Yes, they got the win at home against the Green Bay Packers. I think that was more so the Pack overlooking the Chargers and thought they were going to get an easy victory against LA coming up at least this past weekend. But tonight, I think emotions, the primetime game, again, it's one of the few, at least primetime games for the Oakland Raider fan base to showcase off and say, again, give their good graces, so to speak, to this team that is moving on to Las Vegas next season. I go with the Oakland Raiders tonight to get the victory over the LA Chargers just at home, just with the emotions. Again, in that prime time, we saw it earlier, at least against the Denver Broncos there in the Coliseum, at least to start out the NFL season. I have more faith in the Raiders than I do the Chargers. Chargers are vastly disappointing. They're, again, a team that was anticipated to win the Super Bowl this year. Not even close. This is a team that I don't even think even sniffs the playoffs. And I think this is just one step that they step back from the playoffs after losing tonight to the Oakland Raiders.
Moving on to our next game as we are tick, battling up against the clock.
Yeah, anyways, game number 2, we will move to Saturday's action. There will be NCAA football between number 2 LSU, the Tigers, who are 8-0, 4-0 in SEC play. They will be at number 3 Alabama, the Crimson Tide, who are also 8-0. They are 5-0 in SEC play. This is happening at Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. 1:30 kickoff on CBS. The Crimson Tide at home, 6.5-point favorite. With the NCAA games, I give little 3 factoids to help sway our decision. So with this contest, now the overall, at least between these two, it's the 84th meeting. Alabama does lead this series 53-25-5 in Tuscaloosa. Alabama leads the series 13-7, and the current streak right now is Alabama, who have won 8. LSU head coach Ed Orgeron is 0-6 all-time against the Crimson Tide, including an 0-3 mark with the Tigers. Alabama head coach Nick Saban is 141-19 in home games during his college head coaching career. So with that all being said, again, number 2 Tigers at number 3 Alabama, both teams undefeated, but again, it's happening in Tuscaloosa. This one, you always try to believe in LSU. Could they get the quote-unquote upset in this contest at Tuscaloosa? I've been burned on it a couple years, and I'll say, well, why not? I'll double down on it. LSU, they pull off the quote-unquote upset victory here in Tuscaloosa.
If they were playing at LSU, I would.
They still find a way to falter in Baton Rouge.
I have to go with Bama. And again, Alabama's a 6.5-point favorite. they win by a touchdown, we cover the spread. So I'm going to go with Alabama. Again, if it was in Baton Rouge, I would be going for LSU, but at Bryant-Denny Stadium, not in Tuscaloosa.
All right, so we'll split on that one. Again, you go Alabama, I'll go LSU. Moving on to Game 3 of our Week 9 picks. Still staying on Saturday's action with Mountain West play. It will be late, at least that evening, between the Wyoming Cowboys, who are 6-2, 3-1 in Mountain West play. At number 22, the Boise State Broncos, who are 7-1 overall, 4-0 in Mountain West play. Again, their lone loss coming to BYU. At this game happening at Albertson Stadium in Boise, Idaho, 8:15 kickoff, and you can watch it on ESPN. So Boise State, the Broncos at home on the blue turf, 13.5-point favorite in this contest. Now Boise State is 12-1 all-time against Wyoming, including a mark at 7-1 since the Broncos joined the Mountain West for the 2011 season. Boise State is also 6-0 in home games versus the Wyoming Cowboys. Boise State is 32-4 against schools coming off open weeks since joining what is now known as the FBS in 1996. The only losses coming to Wisconsin in 97, Arkansas in 2000, Air Force in 2014, and San Diego State in 2018. So again, they're 32-4 against schools coming off open weeks. So with that all being said, again, 13.5-point favorite for the Broncos against the Cowboys. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Boise State. I think even though Tyler Vanderwall has been the quarterback for the Cowboys and knows the system, they're going to look disorganized. I really think it's going to be a different look Cowboys because we've gone from the RPO with Chambers. Now we're going to be basically just Tyler Vanderwall quarterback in the pocket, maybe roll out a little bit, and we'll probably see the passing game pick up. But it's going to look disorganized, and I think the Cowboys are going to bumble and stumble this one. Defense will be okay, but unfortunately the offense is going to dig them too many holes. I go with the Boise State.
Yeah, I agree with that. If Sean Chambers was healthy and a part of this Cowboys team at this point for this contest, I give Wyoming a good opportunity to get the upset on the road against Boise State of what they've been doing, again, trying to slow down, especially with that defense. But now where this team was sort of one-dimensional, where, again, you anticipate the run, so to speak. Now they are very one-dimensional because, again, you know that Tyler Vanderwall is not going to move. He does not have the wheels like one Sean Chambers, so it keeps Cowboys, again, that's just one less offensive, at least target, or at least a focal point for the Boise State Broncos defense. So, yes, I agree with you. Boise State, they might embarrass the Cowboys here coming up this Saturday night.
All right. We both will agree with the Broncos on that. We go to the Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys at AT&T Stadium.
I don't know why you're reading off.
In Arlington, Jerry's World. What do we got?
Well, this is game number 4 of our Week 9 picks. Again, Sunday's action, NFL, Minnesota Vikings 6-3 at Dallas Cowboys 5-3, happening, as you mentioned, at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. 6:20 is the Sunday night game on NBC. Dallas at home, 3-point favorite against the Minnesota Vikings, where they got it done barely against the New York Giants. Again, the exciting thing from that Monday night game was the cat running on the field. But other than that, though, I think
they put up 21 in that fourth quarter, though, against the Giants. They pulled away.
Who cares? Against the Giants,
it was 37-18 the final score.
Whatever. Again, Dallas has not proven anything. Dallas is not that good. They play in one of the worst divisions in the NFL. Minnesota's a better team. I'm going Minnesota gets a win easily.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. The Vikings are, I think, a better team on paper. I think they're a better team on the field. They play in one of the tougher divisions in the NFC North. And
tough-ish.
It's tough. It's tough enough, but the NFC East is such a weak division. Don't give me Philadelphia. Don't give me Washington. This is not a good division.
No, you're not giving Washington.
And again, the Cowboys have not really shown me anything that excites me. I got to go with the Vikings.
Yeah, so we'll both agree on that one. Minnesota should take care of business against Dallas at least on the road there at AT&T Stadium. So that is game number 4. Moving to game number 5 of our Week 9 picks. This is the last game that we're choosing. We will move to Monday night action, still in the NFL. This is the big one of this week. It will be the Seattle Seahawks 7-2 overall at the San Francisco 49ers, who are undefeated, the lone undefeated team at 8-0. This game happening at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, as I try to go a little fancy on that one. But either way, happening out there in the Silicon Valley. 6:15 on ESPN Monday Night Football. 49ers at home against the Seahawks, 6.5-point favorite.
I'm going to go with the Niners in this one, but I'm going to pull for one Seattle Seahawk, though. I'm going to pull for Jacob Hollister, former Wyoming Cowboy, who's now playing tight end for the Seahawks. So I hope he gets a touchdown. But I think
even if he's a Wyoming product, come on.
But I mean, the guy really was, he was so underrated and really had a good breakout year, which helped him get into the pros, get drafted or signed as a free agent by New England, now with Seattle. Anyway, going back to the Niners, I think offensively, the piece they needed, they got in that trade with Emmanuel Sanders. They have a veteran wide receiver to take pressure off Kittle, to take pressure off Marquise Goodwin. And, again, offensively, they're getting a couple pieces. I think Staley's coming back this
Joe
week.
Staley, McClinchy. Again, you got a big piece of your offensive line coming back, which has been an issue, or at least somewhat an issue for Coach Shanahan. So
Jimmy G's been getting sacked, more than he should. But
again, you're getting big names healthy, and they're going to return in this contest and going to start for the 49ers. So, again, add that to at least a little added bonus. And, without a doubt, 49ers against 6.5 at least favorite.
And Russell Wilson,
without a doubt.
He's got to play on the grass, and, he's a lot better on the all-weather turf.
Again, we saw one stint of, again, I'm not going to say Seattle's on the same plane as Carolina, but, you look back to that contest, 49ers embarrassed the Panthers there at Levi's. It could be a similar situation when this offense is gelling under Jimmy G. He could Seattle's defense is nothing spectacular.
It's an NFC West matchup, and it's always a good matchup. Again, the 49ers are for real. They're prime time.
This is the Niners team that's been embarrassed by Seattle for quite some time. That's looking to.
I don't think they're going to embarrass Seattle by 21. Do I think they can beat them by double digits by 10, 14? Absolutely. But again, Jimmy G has that added piece now to his arsenal in Emmanuel Sanders, and they've now become from a good team to a dangerous team.
I mean, heck, they can even use Emmanuel Sanders of one-trick play where he was lined up as a fullback and got the TD.
So, I'm going to go for 49ers. You're going to go with 49ers. Yeah. I think that's a pretty no-brainer for both of us.
Anyway, so.
Then they're the only undefeated team left in the NFL.
Yeah, without a doubt. Quickly, as we recap our Week 9 picks, again, L.A. Chargers and Raiders tonight. You go Chargers, I go Raiders. We will split on LSU versus Alabama. I go LSU, you go Alabama. We both agree that Boise State should take care of business against the Wyoming Cowboys and cover that spread. Sunday's game, we both agree with the Vikings over the Cowboys, and Monday night's contest between Seahawks and 49ers, we both agree with the 49ers.
All right, time for us to depart. Again, our final night of our